Hi, I'm Captain Brian Fancher with Texas Fishing Tips. This is your weekly fishing report. We've had some pretty hot days with some low winds, and the water is getting pretty warm out there. We're looking at about 86 plus degree water temperatures. So what you want to do is in the earlier mornings when it's cool, the fish are going to be up in the shallower waters. I'm finding some good schools of reds along from up here down to White Bluff heading to the east. Now again, like I said, look around 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. Those fish are going to be hanging in about 2 foot of water. As the day heats up, they're going to retreat down to the deeper water. That way they can find some cooler temperatures to be in. Now the reason I like this area right here is there's some deeper drop-offs along here. So as the day progresses, start working your way further off the shoreline and staying with the fish schools. Now East Clayburg Point has had a lot of good trout on there. Again, same thing. In the early mornings, fish them up high towards the bank. Throw your croaker up there. Let them hang around these rocks. There's a lot of good rocks intermixed with some cabins around that area. Get up tight in there early. Throw your croaker on the rocks or a paddle tail or a good sand eel. Bounce them along there. And then about 10 o'clock, there's a good hole out here kind of in the middle just to the south of East Clayburg Point. And that hole's about 8 to 9 feet deep. And in there you're going to find your trout sitting on the rocks in the deeper water from about 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. We've had a pretty late bite lately and a real strong early bite. So hit them early, give it some time, the bite's going to slow off, and then you'll find them again in the afternoon. Now the tide gauge area along here down to Point of Rocks is really a good area. Again, it has 2 foot of water, and then you hit a 7 to 9 foot drop off there. My favorite bait right now is a piggy perch. They're a little more spunky, they're smaller, and they really attract a lot of fish. Problem with the piggy perch is they'll tend to be a lawn dart with some of these rocks, and you'll tangle up more of them than you'll get fish on. So croaker is still a good bet there, but look for the smaller croaker in the 4-inch variety. The Rocky Slough area here has had some pretty good fish in there. Be advised, they're going to be pretty spotty in there. You're going to hit a couple here, a couple there. If you'll jump to the other side of the intercoastal, following east down where this map kind of cuts off here, there's an area called the Meadows. And it's a really big grass flat. Look for your trout hanging in that grass. Find a nice sand pocket with a grass border around there. Throw your croaker up right on the edge of that grass, and the big trout will be hanging out there finding it. And that's where you're going to find some big trout right now. As well as if you keep going south towards the land cut area, there's a ton of big trout in there and some big drums running along the west bank of the land cut. The Starvation Point area right up in here, I've seen some good schools of redfish and black drum moving along. They're hanging kind of in about 2 foot of water, and they're real skittish right now. The water clarity is pretty clear up there, so you want to back your boat off for a ways. I like to get out and wade fish them. Throw some gold spoons or some sand eels at them, bump them right in front of their face, and they're good upper slot size reds, and they're feeding pretty aggressive right now. For those of you that don't have a boat and can't make it down to Baffin, I really suggest going out to the beach right now. The trout are just on fire near any guts you can get in. The second gut and the third gut near the passes. Go to Fish Pass jetties or any of those and use croaker or a silver spoon, and you'll find lots of good fish hanging out in those deeper drop-offs right there. We've got some big news coming up at Texas Fishing Tips. We just got a lot more maps. So stay tuned. We'll be covering bodies of water that we haven't been so far, and we'll have lots of good reports from various captains showing you where to find the fish and what to use. Now don't forget to go to TexasFishingTips.com to register for our weekly t-shirt and tackle giveaway. Our trolling motor brought to you by Gulf Coast Marine. Captain Brian Fancher, thank you for watching.